What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, today it's going to be a little different video. There's going to be no fishing, but I am going to be talking about batteries. So as many of you know, I've had lithium batteries on my boat now for about 2.5 years, and man, they've been great. I've loved them. I got 3 100 amp hour batteries on my trolling motor, and one time in one tournament, wind was 25 or 20 mile an hour, sustained with 30-35 gusts, and we fished that lake, that tournament the whole day, and my batteries were actually down to 25%. So I had a company, EnjoyBot is the name of them, and I had them reach out to me and say, hey, we'd like to give you some batteries to try in your boat. And so I figured, you know what, hey, let's do it, and we're gonna install these things and then give them a test and just see how it goes. But so these here, and I'll open these up in a second, but these here are 150 amp hour lithium batteries. So I'll have 3 150 amp hour lithiums on my trolling motor and 150 amp hour on running all the insides of my boats, or of my boat, live well, lights, everything else. That one before has gotten a little low. I still have 100 amp hour running my live scope. That will stay here, and anyway, we're going to try the other ones in this. So let's get to a quick unboxing to kind of show you what I'm going to do, and then tomorrow John Maddox, which you won't see a difference because I'll be in a different shirt, but John Maddox from John Maddox Outdoors is going to come over and help me out. I'm just not the greatest with electronics when it comes into to seriesing batteries together. I really don't want to blow my boat up, so I want some help. So John's going to come help me out. But we're going to install a couple things, and I'll show you a little bit about it. But let's go ahead and unbox one of these things and see what they look like. I'm an American. Got a card, friendly reminder, so EnjoyBot. All right, so here we go. So EnjoyBot is a company, 12 volts, 150 amp hour. It's a group 31, and it's self-heating, which is great for during the winter time. It's low temperature cutoff protection, so see if it tells me, cuts off charging under 32 Fahrenheit and does not charge under 32. So after 32 degrees, it will cut off the charging just to make sure it doesn't hurt anything. And it's self-heating, so I assume, I got to read some more on that, but I assume it's got a heater in there, so as long as the battery doesn't get below 32, it's going to keep going. All right, look up here at the top. I'm going to turn this sideways, but we got some great things. So the life cycle is 2,000 cycles, 100%. So you can drain this down to 100% 2,000 times. Depth of discharge up to 5,000 cycles at 80%. It does have a 10-year warranty on it, which is a great thing. But the one thing this does not have, which my other batteries do, is an app that shows me my percentage. That app was great, except for the fact that all it gives you is a bunch of numbers, and I never could figure out which number, so I had to actually make a chart that I could look at any point in time and say, okay, battery number 1 in my trolling motor series, which I don't know which one was with that. I just knew I had 3 of them in there. And so I can look at it and say, okay, that's up to 54%, which means probably all 3 were at 54. Okay, so what I did this time is I bought 2 meters, because I'm gonna use these in 2 different places. So what this is a voltage meter, and this voltage meter will plug in. So there's a whole chart on this. So this is the shunt, and from what I understand, this goes to your, okay, this will come out of my my ground on the black side of the battery into here, and then from out here to my ground to wherever it's terminated at. And then I've got this other wire which plugs into this, which goes here, and that's what's going to read everything. There is a power wire, and they supply you with all the wires. So there's a power wire that will go up here to my power lead, and then basically what this does is allows the I'm trying to say it in an easy term, but it basically allows the power to be broken and shown on here, so I can see how much percentage, how much amperage I have, etc. So one of the things, guys, on the one disadvantage of a lithium battery is that you are going to have a different charger if you don't already have one. So I've put, let me show you back here because we have these batteries out. Got Mr. John Maddox back there trying to figure out what we're doing. So here is the charger I have, the Nautical 10x/4, so it gives me 4 different battery outputs, and then I've got one here because I got so many batteries. I got a single individual one here. The great thing is you just push these buttons, select between lead acid, AGM, something else, can't remember what it is, and a lithium, so you can have your choice in between those. So if your battery charger does not do that, you do need to get one that will take care of all these. For me, I've already bought that. It's a one-time investment because I was running lithiums in here already, so I already got that. All right, guys, got my 4 EG4s out. And no, don't ask if you can buy them. They're not for sale. I may be putting them back in or using them for something else. We got the one group 31 in here, so that battery right there, this is my starting battery, and that is my, runs everything in a boat, electronics, aerators, everything else. John is over there. Say hi, John.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So we're having to totally remove battery boxes or battery trays. So we're having to do a whole new configuration here to fit all these suckers in. So that's what John's doing. That's why I got John in the picture, because I can't do this stuff. For some reason, when I put batteries together, there's a major blue arc. That's what happened last time, and fried stuff. So I did my own welding. But anyway, so I got John doing this. We're doing a 36 volt at this point, and we'll be putting, where'd they go? Oh, and we'll be putting these guys in, along with a meter, and then it's time to go trolling and test them out. Let's see how it goes.
So with Chris's 3 100 amp batteries, they're advertised at 12.8 volts each. That's 1280 watts times 3. That give him 3,840 available watts of power. With these 150 amp hour batteries, they're advertised at what's the voltage on? 12.8. That's 1920 times 3. So this new battery configuration is going to give him 5,760 watts of available power. So he can put the numbers up on the screen for you when he edits this video, but you can see how much power he's gaining by going to 50 amps per battery.
Going up 50 hours, 50
yeah,
amp,
50
yeah.
amp hour per battery on the trolling motor battery. We've never actually run the ones down he's got right now, but we come really close a couple times, so it's going to be nice with a peace of mind having these batteries when we're fishing a tournament, having these larger batteries where we're not going to run out of battery. So that's good peace of mind to have in these tournaments.
That's why I bring John along on these battery installs. He knows what he's doing. To make matters worse, guys, we're out here doing this, and it's 94 degrees. Now we are in the shade, but we're in a storage building. We have 1 fan, 2 fans rolling, but John and I have both been sick, so we're on the struggle bus on the energy level right now. I literally was putting that a minute ago in, and my hand was just shaking. All right, we're gonna get into it. This is about our 4th break in the air conditioner. It's up to 97, I think now, plus humidity out here. So John and I were just talking. We got everything hooked up. We just hooked the charger up. We're letting it sit for a minute. The camera was so hot I couldn't touch it, so we're gonna go back and film that. But John was saying something about.
I looked in the rearview mirror and I said, there ain't no blue flame shooting up out of the boat, so we apparently got it wired right.
Yeah, and it's on the charger. So everything we did was just touch it real quick. I've done those wrong. Saw the blue arc of death.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing when we wired it up, though. We knew how to wire it up. The directions are not super clear with the shunt, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So what we got to do now is, after Chris gets the batteries charged up 100%, then we have to set the parameters on the shunt meter, which tells you amp hours, amp draw, and everything like that. We have to set those parameters once the batteries are 100% charged. That way it has a baseline that it knows every time that point right there is 100% charged. So
tell them real quick, John, because you understand this better than I do. Like if you buy a voltage meter for a golf cart or something, that can't be used on these things because it doesn't read it correctly. So you're explaining the shunt to me. Explain that.
All the voltage meter does is tell you what the voltage is on a particular battery. It doesn't pick up load. Like this thing, it hooks into it's a shunt, and it hooks into the negative side of the battery, and it senses what load's being pulled out of the battery. So for example, on this one, those 3 batteries are running the trolling motor, so it's in between the negative connection from the battery and the negative connection to the trolling motor, and it's monitoring the amount of current that's being pulled out of these batteries and going to the trolling motor. Is what it's doing. It's monitoring in use from the trolling motor back to the battery. So that's all it is a monitor, but this one particularly uses the negative side of the battery to do it.
Then there was one positive wire we had to run, which was to power
it powered the shunt to where it would kick on and start its reading.
So anyway, I'll show you some of that stuff as he's talking about it.
Once we get all of that done, we'll set the parameters on the analog or the LCD reading on the meter, and then we'll have our baselines, and then from that point forward the shunt will know and the meter will know when everything's 100% charged.
But we have to come back tomorrow to do that because we're going to let this charge overnight. It's got to be set at 100% already. You can't just set it now because we don't know what percent. These batteries are pretty low, so we've got to get it up to 100% in order to set it to 100% tomorrow. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off, let this camera cool down a tad bit. It keeps overheating, and get back in there and show you some more of what we've done, and then we'll get on the lake and test it out. All right, guys, so we got on the charge. Let me show you real quick what we're doing here. So right here, this is my 2-bank Nautical. This right here is my live scope battery, which I have up front. That was fully charged. It was already charged before. You can tell this one here is just barely going a second out of 4 charges, so it's pretty low. Let's get over here. So as you look right here, you see every one of these is blue because it's set for lithium. This is my Nautical 10-bank, and the one on the left is white because it is a lead acid battery. So you can see that 2 of those at the very end to the right are just barely registering, which means they barely have any power to them. But that's a prime example of what lithium do, because lithium will just run until they die, and then they just shut off. If those were lead acid, they'd be toast right now as far as trying to get power out of them. All right, guys, so that's been the install. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and let this charge all night, and we're gonna go out to the lake and go ahead and just troll for 5 hours, guys. It's gonna be a very boring time, but it's gonna give us a good test of what these batteries will do with that Ultrex 36-volt trolling motor in high speed at number 10 for 5 hours. I've already checked. That's not going to hurt the motor. I did check that out with the dealership, and they said it's fine. So we're going to do that, and let's see what happens. All right, guys, so we've been to church already. It's Sunday. Time to get this shunt set up so we can actually review our voltage and watch it. Gonna be just like a gas tank. It's as it drains, it's gonna show me my voltage, how much I'm using, and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and show you. So we got batteries charged up. So that is this battery here, and then the other 3 batteries plus my starting battery is right there. So everything is set up, charged to 100%. So let's go around the corner and we'll do the settings on the shunt. Very, very easy to do. So y'all stay tuned, I'll be right back. So as you can see right here, we've got 41.3 volts. It has no idea what my amp hours are, has no idea what percentage. There we go. So I've got to set that. So I'm going to hold this up arrow here, and boom, there it goes. Now it does say 100 amp hours, so I think I'm going to have to change that. Okay guys, so I went ahead and set this just to kind of show you. So let me turn my light on. So I'm at 100%. I had to go in and set the 150 amp hour deal, and it's very easy to do. Just hold the OK button down for a couple seconds and you get into all this. So my full voltage, so I did my voltage meter on these batteries is 41.5, so I set the full there. I don't need to do anything in this, the 0 voltage, all that good stuff, so I can get out of that. To zero it out, like once I did this, because it was set to 150 amp hours, or it was set to 100 amp hours when I hit 0 the first time, and so it went down to 67%. So what I did was just I held the up arrow for 2 seconds and it will blink, and then there it goes. And now you're not going to see anything because it's already set that way. But so what we're doing now is at any point in time I can look at this and see what the value of those batteries are. Pretty cool little thing, I think. It's you got different settings for the light. I can make it brighter or lighter. I'm just going to leave it all the way up. Quite honestly, I'm not going to look at this often. I'm going to look at this for the simple fact that I got to make a video and see how much I'm using, and so that's why I installed this. Again, it is not an issue if you don't have one. You just install the batteries. So it is a pretty cool little trick, little thing to have. So anyway, we're at this point in time. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and we're going to go get on the lake and do another video on how well it goes. I think this is going to be a pretty good test. So as I said yesterday when I was talking about it, we're going to put it in the water and I'm going to troll for 5 hours or around that. It's about a 10-mile trip that I'm going to set my trolling motor to 10 and just go and see how much we use, and be a good test. Last time I did this with the other batteries, I was out for about 8 hours in a tournament, and I'd probably say we used that trolling motor for a good 5 hours, so that'd be a pretty good comparison. I know I was down to 25% on that. That was during a windstorm, so I had spotlight going, the whole thing. And anyway, all right guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much. Definitely check out the links below. Shows you the different batteries that they offer and the discounts that you can get at this point in time. So EnjoyBot, I appreciate you guys sending this out and sending me these batteries. I'm looking forward to getting them tested. We'll catch y'all on the next episode of Sleep at the Reel.